We are live. Hello, members of the Wow Club. Seniors matter. Senior power here. It's our time to thrive. So, I want to ask you a question. Are you really retired already? Or are you looking to retire? I just want to let you know, and I want you to listen to what is possible. I'm doing a series of interviews with ordinary people, and they're really ordinary seniors, just like I am, just like you are. But these seniors are doing extraordinary things, and they're changing the world. And you know what? You can be the next one. So if you're watching this live, would you do me a favor and down below in the comments, okay, type in hashtag live, or if it's the replay that you're looking at, hashtag replay. And also let us know where you're coming from. I am in Mexico, and my guest today is from the USA. Oh, also, one more thing. Above, there's a strip that says StreamYard. Please give permission to StreamYard to use your name. Otherwise, you'll come across as Facebook user. And we really would like to interact with you with your comments and your reactions. So thank you for that. So here's what I want to say. There's a story today of a senior who joined our community about a year ago, and with the help of Tony Robbins and our team, really changed her life forever. So what I want you to do is listen to how she is doing and what she is doing to make a difference in the world that she is living in. So please stay with us to hear this story, and also to see what's possible when ordinary people, ordinary seniors, do extraordinary things. So, and I want to tell you that at the end of this interview, we will share such an amazing information that we are all very excited about, and that you will be able to join and partake in this excitement. This is a one and only opportunity that will change the rest of your life. So stay tuned until the end of this short interview when we share that awesome, awesome information. So please stay and listen to the story of my awesome guest, Linda Ray. Now, Linda is one who believes in self development just like I do, because self development, especially for us seniors, is one way to keep our self esteem up as we grow older. They say that, self esteem after the age of 60 tends to go down. So, Linda and I have discovered that self development courses, being in self development courses and doing a lot of self development, really helps us to thrive. Linda is helping women with breakthroughs through nutrition, aerobic, and strength training. So she understands, Linda understands that to thrive, one must work on oneself as an individual to keep thriving. Okay, enough about all that. Meet my thriving senior, Linda Ray. Linda, how are you? Let me bring you in here. Hi, Linda.
Hi, thank you very much, Lucy. It's good to be here with you.
Great, thank you. Well, I'm just want to tell you that Mina's here she's live also from Paris, and so is, and we have another person who is from Israel live. So we are going to talk about you, Linda, because you are one senior doing extraordinary things. And what I'd like to do is start with my first question to you. Who were you before you discovered the self education industry, the knowledge industry? Who were you?
Well, before I discovered the self development industry, I was a retired senior and I
Okay.
came out of retirement to do coaching. And I took a certification course in coaching so that I would better be able to help people. I did that a few years ago before COVID. And then when COVID hit, It hit New York first, where I'm located, and one of the first things that happened was the governor shut down the gym. And I had just developed a habit of doing 30 laps a day. And then the governor shut down the gym in March of 2020. And I had to pivot and find other alternatives for exercise. And it wasn't easy. I walked outside when it was cold. And so I've also been working very hard on my self development, doing a lot of reading on the subject, and also joining a couple of masterminds.
Wonderful. So our Facebook user, and that's because our Facebook user hasn't given StreamYard permission to use his or her name, and that's okay. And if you didn't know, Facebook user, all you have to do is click the strip above this video and allow StreamYard to use your name. So yes, he or she agrees that COVID was a huge challenge for all of us, for sure, especially seniors, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
Okay. So back then, Linda, what were your desires? What is it before you got into the self education industry? What were your desires, your daily struggles?
Well, my desires were to be able to help people and
Mhm.
to find a community of like minded people, to have some intellectual stimulation.
Okay. So then, what would you say the moment in your life that pushed you to do something different?
I think that when well, fortunately for me, Dean
Hmm.
and Tony were pioneering in these large challenges with these large Zoom audiences
You're right.
of thousands. And they talked about turning your mess into a message. And I thought about my lifelong struggle with my weight and
Mm-hmm.
how 30 years ago I was able to drop 40 pounds in four
Well,
months. And I was able to maintain that weight loss for all that time. So I thought maybe I could build a course around that and be able to share that with people and help a lot of people.
so was that your plan then after you joined the challenge that you wanted to build a course? Because I guess the course that they provide in KBB at first, and then it became Project Next,
Project Next,
right?
yes.
Helps one to either create a course or a workshop and a mastermind. So why did you? So was it a course that you wanted to create?
Yes, and I did create a course online for that.
Uh-huh.
And I even helped a couple of people get through that course. So that was very successful for me.
Hmm.
But I found that I had to pivot, that what worked for me 30 years ago to drop the weight had become more challenging
Right.
as I got older.
I know.
Was a lot more of a challenge to maintain that kind of a weight loss in menopause.
Right.
And even though it worked for me 30 years ago to become a vegetarian, it was more challenging as a senior when I know that so many people are facing challenges with bone loss and
Right.
muscle loss that I became a little bit afraid to advocate for that kind of a pure vegetarian approach.
Right, exactly. So yeah, because you're dealing with people's health, and so you have
Right,
to be really very careful. Even though something may work for you, may not work for me, or may not work for somebody else. So that's very smart of you to think about that. So that of course was one of the most challenging things for you here,
right.
right? So
Absolutely.
you've
So
had
in
to
the
pivot a lot, haven't you? I
yes,
mean, and I want to talk about pivoting because first of all, I didn't even know what the word meant until I got online. and, and let's talk about what that means. Can you tell me what that means for one thing and how you did pivot?
okay. Well, this is where I had a lot of support from you and your team
Hmm.
because in order to get that course up on mastermind.com, it was rejected 3 times.
Wow.
And I had to pivot and figure out what they wanted me to change and what they wanted me to add and what they wanted me to subtract in order to get the course online. So I did a lot of pivoting with that.
But you also pivoted in your niche a little bit, if I
Yes,
remember, because I've been following you. You're part of the team, and you did a challenge. If I remember, you did a challenge for one group, I find it very interesting that you are so open, Linda, to doing something, finding out if it works, if it doesn't. You don't seem to be too bothered by. You know what? Okay, I need to kind
yes,
of calibrate. You're good at calibration,
right.
aren't you?
Yes. And I did an intermittent fasting challenge, but then I found out that a lot of people are afraid of intermittent fasting, just like a
Right.
lot of people are afraid of a pure vegetarian approach. You tell them
Absolutely.
that that's what you want, and they'll immediately respond with fear and say, no, that's not for me. But in
Right.
the few months, past 4 months or so, I've found a system with a ketogenic low carb approach that will work for almost anybody.
Wow.
First
So
of all, if you're a type 1 diabetic, it won't work for you. So we eliminate that.
okay.
And also, the person has to be willing to add in some animal protein because without some animal protein,
Right.
you will not be able to have adequate protein consumption and at the same time be able to maintain a carbohydrate level sufficiently low so that you'll get the results.
You seem to know a lot about
Those are the
nutrition.
caveats. Yes, I've been studying it my whole life
Okay.
since I had a weight problem for most of my life.
See there's Linda in her self-development. There's a perfect example. you know, always looking to become better, her better self, be a better version of herself. So nutrition has been a good part of your life. So what are your current results with the your program at this point and your nutrition? And you're also into weight training too, aren't you?
Yes, I love bodybuilding. I love
Mhm.
lifting heavy weights. This is something that many women are afraid to do,
Right.
but I feel that it has saved my life. That out of my original nuclear family that I was born into,
Mhm.
my mother, my father, and my sister all had chronic, debilitating back trouble.
Mhm.
And just recently, when I visited my sister on my last birthday, she
Mhm.
told me that I was lucky. And I told her, no, I'm not lucky. I've been lifting weights for 30 years.
Absolutely. By the way, you are in the United States. Where in the United States are you?
Yes, I'm in New York
Okay.
where
Okay.
COVID first hit, which
Right.
was why it was such a shock to me at the beginning of COVID that the um, suddenly the governor closed all the gyms, and
Unbelievable.
it felt very personal,
I
although I know it wasn't.
I know.
And then there were some challenges that some people had to, with some of the gyms, to stop them from billing you while they were closed.
Oh, I know. That was another problem, wasn't it? That was a
Yes.
whole different kind of problem. Well, we have our teammate, Eden, who says, Linda, this is so inspirational. Indeed, a lot of people, a lot of women are afraid to lift weight. And I've always had kind of a fear of, I do 10 pounds at the most, but that weightlifting that you do, I've always been afraid because of my back, but you're doing it and you are rocking it, like Eden says, that is admirable. How much weight can you pick up, by the way?
Well, of course, the weight is proportional to which muscles that you're lifting.
Okay.
So when I bench or lift muscles with my back, I get up to about 85, 90 pounds.
Oh my
And I
God.
can bench press.
Oh my God, there! I'm thinking, my business hat is thinking, oh, there's another niche you could actually take care of, right? Women who want
Yes.
to lift weights but are afraid to do so, and you know what great benefits do you get from that? I mean, obviously, you told your sister, I've been going to the gym and I've been lifting weights, and so I worked out on being strong, So,
Yes. And I believe it kept me from having the back trouble that the rest of my family had with the genetics.
that's
See,
very
our
interesting.
genetics isn't destiny. You can always compensate, or most of the time, you can compensate for genetics with lifestyle changes.
Wow. Can you tell me what your next goal is at this point? This is so exciting because you could go in so many. I mean, you have nutrition that you know a lot about. You know about aerobic and weight training. You've had that experience when you were younger to be able to lose weight quickly, not so quickly as you age. There's so many things, so many ways and I know you because you're thinking that you can help all these people. But we're
Yes.
told in business, and especially with Dean and Tony, and in this course, and of course with the team, that you have to narrow your niche down. Has that been difficult for you?
Um, yes, I think so,
Mm-hmm. Because you want to help
because
so
you
many.
want
Yeah.
to help so many people. And that's why I did this last pivot to work with people that have a lot of weight to lose
Mm-hmm.
and may have some medical challenges. And I'm currently taking a course
There you go.
to learn how to work with people and their doctor to help them heal their bodies and to help them release weight.
That's big. That's big. You are always you're such a learner. You're always, what's the next thing I can learn? And do you think that that's part of our generation? I do believe it's part of our generation. We're like sponges. We're like those little kids, just want to learn and learn more. What do you think?
Yes, I think that's part of our generation.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
I think some of us have a little bit of an extra dose of it,
Yeah. Right.
more so than most, I think.
Okay. Let me ask you one more question. How can you tell us how starting this self-education business has changed your life?
Yes, it's helped me become more patient with people,
Hmm.
and I think more compassionate. And it's also helped me, well, you've helped me in particular with going online, that your 30-day going online every day challenge, as
Right.
establishing that as a habit, was really very helpful to me.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, how does that make you feel and feel about the world now? I mean, because first of all, I want to say Eden says that's beautiful, Linda. When you keep growing and learning, because there is no end to end, and that's what's beautiful about your generation. Thank you, Eden, because
So
Eden
thank
is,
you very much, Eden.
he's of the other end, the millennials.
Yes,
So, so tell me, how does that make you feel and think about the world, Linda?
it makes me feel more optimistic about the world.
Hmm.
And we certainly need some optimism in the world.
That's for sure. Sure. And Eden is just loving this conversation because it's just, in my generation, sometimes people think that they know it all. When we are in a point of know it all, we can miss out. And that's what the younger generation needs to learn from you guys. And, thank you, Eden. And I do believe, Linda, that we are impacting the younger generations. I mean, even our Eden is saying that we are. So, what do you think?
Well, that's very nice of him to say that.
So,
I'm
tell
very
me, what advice would you give to those who are maybe retiring, about to retire, know that they have a message inside of them? Um, you know, since you're in the knowledge industry, the self education industry, what advice would you give that person who really wants their message to get out there to the masses?
I would tell them to join up with Dean and Tony's next challenge so that they can learn how they can help other people with their message.
So, friends, you heard it from Linda's mouth. You please join the next free Time to Thrive challenge by Tony Robbins together with our senior Wow Club, because we
Yes,
want to learn together, don't we, Linda? And we want to share our experiences in our group where seniors matter. So I want to
yes,
invite you all to please, all right, join the group first, because we want to build the community. We want to be there to cheer you on, to champion you, all right, to be there for you when you go through this journey. It is an opportunity that won't come twice. It's a one and only opportunity. You heard it from Linda. She told you to do it. And I'm telling you that this is what we want to offer you. So, what I'm going to do, there, Eden said, let's rock this challenge together. Yes. And he's right on.
yes,
He's right on it too. So, what I want to do is in the tickler here, let me see how I'm, I'm, look at this. In the tickler, I'm going to, I'm trying to do two things at one time, but I got it. Okay. So by joining the Senior Wow Club, you will learn and share our experience in our group where seniors matter, and we will help you with those nuances as you go through the challenge. We'll help you because we've been through it before. And so we're all going to do it together. So make sure that you join the next free Time to Thrive challenge with Tony Robbins. And you do so by joining our senior, I'm going to repeat it, Wow Club. All right. And the way you do that, I know, but Linda, you're wanting
yes,
to say one more thing, and I just want to tell them that it's you go to www.facebook.com/forward groups/forward my name Lucy Rosa-Stagi for more details. Okay, Linda, you have the last word.
yes. I just want to say that this is a really great supportive group, and many of us are having challenges with technology, and this is a really supportive group to help you through that.
Right. Thank you, Linda. Thank you for your presence today. You mean so much to us. You're a valuable member of the team. So I thank you, and thank you for your time. And I certainly want to thank my audience. And I want you to just to right now go to that website that you're seeing on the tickler and join the Wow Club so that we can help one another and help you through this journey. Bye for now. Bye, Linda.
Bye. Thank you very much.